Good morning, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Degenerate Decimators podcast. I'm your host, Jordan, and it feels like an eternity. We have Daniel back in the building tonight with us.
Hey guys.
So, first of all, I would like to apologize. There was a miscommunication and misunderstanding from both Daniel and I in regards to the Four Nations game. Uh,
It happened
I,
today.
I yeah, so I think what happened was Daniel thought I was talking about today or yesterday's picks, I guess. But I wasn't, and I didn't catch it because Daniel was just so confident with over text. I was like, shit, okay, you have me fooled. So yeah, but we didn't have an episode, so there was no overlap or anything. So it is what it is. But sorry if there was any confusion. Um, so we're still counting this as one day. Since we didn't do an episode. A little bit of a bittersweet day here. We were looking like one period of hockey away from a clean sweep for the night or the past 2 days. Literally, I hired a mariachi band and everything. Like we was about to turn up on this episode. And then Sweden harnesses the power of friendship, IKEA and Zlatan Ibrahimovic, and overcomes a 3-1 deficit in a third period and forces overtime. Uh, I was hoping they'd at least win, doing all
Yeah,
that,
right.
and then they,
Then they lost.
yeah. So is what
Division
it is.
winner.
2-1, uh, on the day or 2 days, I guess. Um, obviously, I'd like to see 3-0, but there's another sports betting podcast I listened to, and a couple episodes ago, he said if you go 2-1 every day, you're in the Hall of Fame. So
Well,
I'll take it. A win is a win. Moving into today, we have another three picks, two from the NBA and one from the NHL. And you guys aren't going to believe this, but I'm going to give the floor to Daniel first for his Four
What?
Nations pick.
No way. All right, fellas. Coming in hot. Only hockey game of the day. We got USA versus Finland. Now, the odds are pretty stacked against Finland. They have some pretty decent players. You got your Sebastian Aho, your Alexander Barkov, your Anton Lundell's. But USA is just stacked, man. I mean, I could go down the list of players. I'm sure any hockey fan who has been paying attention to this already knows who's on this team. Just like Canada, uh, they're a very stacked team. Everybody has a lot of goals, a lot of assists. There's not a single person on this roster without a goal and an assist. Um, so yeah, I really don't see Finland winning this game. I also see both teams scoring a decent amount of goals. USA, obviously, more than Finland. So the bet for today, I'm not going to take a money line because USA is minus 350, and that's just way too big.
Yeah,
We are
I don't
taking,
mind paying these books sometimes, but yeah, 350 I can't. Yeah, that's just very illogical.
yeah, we are going to take the over on goals. So over 5.5 goals at minus 130. I think this is going to hit. I think both of these teams are going to score a decent amount of goals. Honestly, Finland probably not going to score a decent amount of goals considering they're going up against Connor Hellebuck. Um, but the USA, I think, can carry us through this bet here. So,
Yeah. Also,
uh,
when Daniel and I were deliberating this bet, the USA total goals is 3.5, and for Finland it's 1.5. So I mean, if I mean, I feel like that's very reasonable for both teams to hit that over.
yeah,
So I think the game total should be fine. And we saw it the game today or yesterday, 6 goals in regulation, so
yeah.
it's pretty solid.
Well, as far as side bets go, I can't find any odds here for any
Oh,
players.
so Hard Rock did it weird. If you go to game exclusives, you'll see it. It's not like it normally is.
Here it is.
Yeah.
Um, we'll take Austin Matthews to score a goal at plus 150, and we will also take Alexander Barkov to score a goal at plus 400. It's a big, or no, plus four. Oh yeah, plus 400. So yeah, big odds here. I mean,
I don't know
no
why I
one
thought
knows what's
Austin
gonna
Matthews
happen.
was Canadian.
Dude, he's Mexican.
Is he actually?
His nickname is Papi.
I've never heard of that. That's wow.
Dude,
Okay.
he's like half Mexican, half American, and an absolute unit on the ice. So we'll take him to score a goal. Anyways, that's all I got. I'm gonna swing the rock over to Jordan for some more sports.
Hey guys, sorry, I'm looking at like all the player props. I haven't really got the chance to look at like the teams. USA has a pretty nice squad. I'm not gonna lie. But anyways, we continue. Two picks from the NBA. This is the last game before we head into All Star Weekend. Preface: speaking of All Star Weekend, if we are taking any NBA games, just don't be surprised if I'm like kind of going against against the spread. What's so funny, Daniel?
Nothing. You might see it in the the final cut,
Oh,
but
okay. All right.
I try to spray water into my mouth and it all just fell out.
All right. Anyways,
Funny moment, guys.
Daniel's clip farming a podcast about sports. Let's go.
Let's
But
go.
anyways, yeah, just don't be surprised if I start straying like away from like the against the spread numbers as we see teams kind of fight for their playoff spots or fighting out of the play-in, and get to that sixth seed. I'm gonna take some time over the All-Star break and definitely look at what teams to keep an eye out for. And I'm probably gonna throw out a futures bet on Monday's episode as well. I think I have a few teams that I think will make it pretty far this year. But anyways, we have 5 games today. Looking at 2 of them. Fuck Tua, but
Shut the fuck up.
first game we're looking at is the Clippers at the Jazz. This is the fourth meeting actually. I wrote down third. Let me just confirm that. Sorry, I wrote these notes very quick. Yes, this is the fourth meeting. But the Clippers have actually won and covered in all 3 of these games. Only thing that I'm a little worried about is that this is in Utah for the first time. All 3 other games were home games for the Clippers. Um, but I'm not too worried about it. Clippers team also seems to be playing full strength outside of new addition Ben Simmons. He's still listed as game time since he just signed as a free agent with them. It's Ben Simmons. I don't think he's gonna change the game that much. In all honesty, if he does or does not play. But on the season, the Clippers are 31 and 21 ATS, opposed to the Jazz 26 and 26. Um, However, I just think it's very obvious that the Jazz are tanking. Um, Daniel, we haven't done this in a while. I got a little game for you here. So the Jazz have played 35 in conference games, right? How many do you
Mhm.
think they've won?
Maybe like 1 or 2.
Oh, 4. but,
Oh, okay.
but yeah,
That's a lot more than I was
yeah.
expecting.
But 4 and 31 in the conference. While it might be more than Daniel was expecting, that is still very awful, um, atrocious, even. Um, and they're also 13 and 22 ATS in conference play. Um, yeah, I think it's very obvious. They also I think they're are they still playing right now? I know there's a lot of back to backs for tomorrow. Let me see here. Oh, so the Jazz actually beat the Lakers. Funnily enough, so 5 and 31 in conference
Interesting.
play. Um, but as we all know, I'm sure they're still getting adjusted having Luca on the team. So and honestly, I think I'm even more confident in this game now because I if they're since they're very obviously tanking, I can't see them picking up 2 conference wins in a row. So yeah, and like I said, the Clippers have beaten them and covered in all 3 games against them this season, and I think they look to do it again, especially as they're trying to become a much more solid team now that Kawhi Leonard is back and healthy. The Clippers are catching 7.5 points on the road. I'm taking it. I think the Clippers win by double digits, like 15 to 20 points. Should be relatively easy for them as well. And on top of that, Colin Sexton is listed as questionable. Um, so I mean, I would invest your money now, and if he ends up playing, you can decide if you want to take it out or not. But I think either way, the Clippers get it done, especially if he's not playing. That's a very easy win for them. So yeah, first pick for the NBA, Clippers minus 7.5 for 1.1 units. And then the next game we're looking at here is the Kings at the Pelicans. I tried trying to find something to work with in terms of against the spread, but both teams are pretty garbage against the spread. So I'm just going pure ball knowledge here. Um, I do think the Kings feel that they are contenders. Are they contenders? I guess we'll find out in this remaining portion of the season. But they made a pretty big trade for I just forgot his name, De'Aaron Fox and Zach for Zach LaVine. Um, so I think this is a very easy conference win. Um, Speaking of trades, that the Pelicans also just gave up Brandon Ingram to the Toronto Raptors. Um, Pelicans really have no depth right now. It does appear Zion and CJ McCollum will be playing tomorrow, but I just really don't think that just them two can get it done. Kings have a much deeper team, and a lot of the all of the new pickups involved in the Brandon Ingram trade will not be playing tomorrow, it seems. But even if they do, really makes no difference to me, in my opinion. And yeah, it's just I think also same thing here. This is going to be pretty bad for the Pelicans. And yeah, like I said, very easy conference win for the Kings. And yeah, they're also up 3-0 in the season series, but they've only covered in one of them, which is a little worrisome. But I think this is a good game for the Kings to kind of figure out their system with Zach LaVine on the team now. They're catching 6.5 in their last game, which was this was literally yesterday. What? How did I miss that? They beat them by 8, literally yesterday. So, think they do it again here. So yeah, the Kings minus 6.5. That's what I'm going with for another 1.1 units. And Daniel, that is going to do it for me. Is there anything else you'd like to add?
Um, Go USA.
Facts. Also, Jimmy Butler got traded during our little break. I
Again?
forgot to mention that. What?
Again,
Oh no,
or
I didn't bring it up in the last episode. It was a
oh,
little
okay.
bit of a time crunch, but yeah, very interesting to see in Miami. They were actually beating the Thunder for majority of the game tonight, and they still ended up losing by 14. So, uh, yeah, I don't really know how to feel about this new look team. But anyways, that is going to do it for us today. Taking it into the recap, USA Finland over 5.5 goals for 1.3 units. Clippers minus 7.5 as they take on the Jazz for 1.1 units, and the Kings minus 6.5 as they take on the Pelicans for another 1.1 units. 3.5 units in total for the day. And that is going to do it for us, and we will catch you guys in the next one.